Well, here's some information for Prestige Telephone. It's very similar to the previous case, the Wilkerson case. You've got kind of the same set of documents. You've got a Word document with instructions. You've got an Excel file. You've got a PDF, and you've got the evaluations to work on. So let me just start with the evaluation quick. Just don't forget to do this. You did this for the Wilkerson case, so the same rules apply about being a good teammate and making sure that you're contributing to the team and the group and all that good stuff. So the same rules that we used for Wilkerson apply to Prestige. Just want to make sure everybody knows that. So I'm not going to get too detailed about this because I've already used this form previously, so you guys know about it. But then going back into the case itself, Prestige Telephone, it's a PDF document right here. And it's really about costs and allocating cost. It's about fixed cost, variable cost, break even, stuff like that. So I just want you to be aware of the information that's here. And I want you to be aware of what we need to take a look at. And just want you to see, basically just kind of go through and read this. And these cases aren't super long. I mean, you kind of look at this, it's about 3 pages of information. And then you go to the data right here. And this data is data that you will use when you actually do the case. And it's very similar to the previous case in that you fill out an Excel file. And so you're coming back to the analysis tab and you're just kind of looking at the case itself and you're labeling various expenses as either variable or non-variable. And you're coming in and dropping some of that. And so basically it's fixed or variable. Non-variable is fixed. And you're also coming in here and dropping in what their average cost per month is. You're completing that. You're computing their break-even point right here. And then you've got some estimates. And these estimates is they've got the base case scenario figured out of how they want to allocate costs between this new division that they have. But then they kind of do some what ifs. And so that's what's nice about break even is once you've got it figured out, you can kind of play with it a little bit and do some what if analysis or scenario analysis. And that's really what this tab is about. If this, then what? And so it kind of walks you through some scenarios they came up with that they might change. There's exhibits here that have all the data. The same data that's in the PDF document is the data that's in the Excel file right here. So those 3 tabs that have things you need to complete and fill out. So just remember anything that's in the blue shaded is something that you will then have to go through and complete and enter. And you're getting the information again from the Excel itself for this information right here. There are questions right here, but we're not going to necessarily look at these questions. We're going to focus on the first 2 pages, and we're going to focus on the Word document, which is a part of the assignment, which is this right here. So, because using the Excel provided, go and complete that, and you're using the high-low method to look at some of the expenses. And I mentioned that in the Excel file. So then complete the expenses and then complete the break even. And it gives you right here that you're going to use 205 hours per month. And then it says estimate the effect on income of each of the options. And this is that scenario tab, kind of all the various scenarios that you have right there. So questions 1 through 4 just relate back to the Excel file. Okay, that's questions 1 through 4. Then question 5, that will be for you to kind of write up. And so you can just take the same Word document right here and you can answer question 5. Question 6 is very similar to the Wilkerson case. You're going to put together a PowerPoint presentation, and each group will then present the case and your case findings to me using Zoom. And so this PowerPoint is what you would then use to augment your presentation and basically show your findings. So the PowerPoint might just be you doing some snippets of information from the Excel file. That's probably a lot of what it will be to kind of just relay the data and what you found and just kind of walk that through with me. So just kind of know for this case, you probably use a lot of the data from Excel to relay that to me in the Word document. So let me get back to the questions and then just similar to Wilkerson, just one member of the group needs to upload these. So you're uploading this Word document answering question 5 because questions 1 through 4 are dealt with in the Excel. And then you're uploading the Excel file once it's completed and you're uploading the PowerPoint. And one person can upload all 3. You can divide and conquer. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. I'll see them. And then make sure again that everybody is also uploading or emailing to me the evaluation of yourself and your teammates. Please make sure you do that by the due date, and all will be good. And then shortly after the due date or the week before it's due, I'll make sure I communicate with everybody, and we'll find a common time in either the daytime or the evening, whatever works for each group, to do the Zoom presentations, and probably just bank on about a half an hour per presentation. So I'm guessing the actual presentation that you guys do might be 10 to 15 minutes, and that's probably at the high end. But then I'd like to do just some discussion afterwards. So I think in total, expect roughly half an hour. But very similar to the Wilkerson case in terms of how we're doing this and going about it. Just different scenarios, though. In this case, it's very much about fixed cost, variable cost, break even, and scenario analysis are kind of the big takeaways from this one. So, as always, as a member of a group, just make sure that you follow through on what you promised to do, that you do your portion to the utmost of your ability. You do it in a timely fashion, that you follow through on promises and stuff like that. As long as you guys do that, I'm sure all will be good. As always, if you have questions about this assignment or anything else, always feel free to let me know.